We are kicking off this episode of New Gen with a singles women's match between two former champions. Rainbow Dash was only in her second match, besides the one that she had at the 3-year anniversary special, which was like the first match she actually had an Underground or New Gen in months. And Dawn, the former champion, who really didn't get to have the title for very long, and then she lost it to Cammy when she and Cammy had that match, which was supposed to involve Zelda. And I haven't seen Zelda since she got taken out by, assuming it was Sonya, but Sonya isn't, and Cammy aren't admitting to anything. More so Sonya, but you know. Rainbow Dash has returned. From what I've been told, since Applejack may or may not be thinking of pursuing singles gold, Rainbow Dash is probably going to be Pinky's new tag team partner, which is fine because, you know, Freebird rules. And Rainbow Dash is also at the same time hoping to make her way back up to getting a shot at a singles title. And here comes Dawn, who's I will not blame her if she's still ticked off about losing the women's title match that she had with Cammy. Though Cammy feel that she didn't need anybody's help to do it, at least, so unlike Sonya, she didn't need any help to win the title. Lord knows freaking Sonya was probably happy as home watching the pay-per-view home that night. But anyway, now Dawn's hoping this one to propel her on the path to eventually getting another shot at the title against whoever it is. But we are on the road to Final Hunt 3, our version of WrestleMania. And also on the road to New Gen's next pay-per-view, which is the second ever CyberSlam. And if I remember correctly, I think Sonya's gonna cameo on that pay-per-view, but I can't remember. No, they're not. I just looked. But I know for a fact they're gonna be in a future video at some point. One of them is, at least, anyways. Like Cammy has to defend her championship at next Super Show or something. I can't remember. I know one. She's going to be defending it at Final Hunt 3, that's for sure. Who that'll be, who the hell knows. I have to wait to find out for that. But I'm looking forward to seeing this match between these two former champions. It's going to be freaking epic. And let's get this opening contest of this episode of New Gen underway between these two. And Dawn just knocking down Rainbow Dash. And Dawn just repeatedly chopping Rainbow Dash in the chest. What is she, Ric Flair? Kicked in the midsection of Dawn by Rainbow Dash there. And Dawn blocking whatever Rainbow Dash tried to go for that. And kicked in the midsection again. The ref just walked right in front of the camera shot there. And DDT by Dawn. And Dawn with just more chops and a punch on Rainbow Dash in a headlock. And Dawn whipping Rainbow Dash in the corner. And a clothesline by Dawn there to Rainbow Dash. And now an elbow drop to the chest of Dashy there by Dawn. Sorry. And ID shoving Dawn away. Drop kick by Dawn and Rainbow Dash there. And now Dawn might go behind and turns her around. And now sending Rainbow Dash in the corner. Misses the clothesline just on there. Springboard back elbow by Rainbow Dash to Dawn there. Rainbow Dash still has that agility because, you know, she's a Pegasus in My Little Pony. Vengeance of his magic. Shout out to all my fellow bronies. Dawn getting whipped in the corner. And Dawn with a shot to the back of Rainbow Dash there. And Dawn whipping Rainbow Dash in the corner. Clothesline knocking her down. Elbow drop to the chest of Dashy. And now Dawn picking up Rainbow Dash again. Drop kick again by Dawn. Like, Rainbow Dash has gotten some offense in, but she's not really gotten much offense. Kicked midsection of Dawn there. And I say that, and now she might be getting some offense in. Armbar by Rainbow Dash to Dawn. Just trips her up there. Now Rainbow Dash is starting to get some offense in, now that I said something about it. Reverse DDT after that tilt-over by Rainbow Dash here. Kicked it. Repeated kicks in Hurricane Rana there by Rainbow Dash. Electric chair. Another Hurricane Rana. Rainbow Dash there. To Dawn. Sorry, by Rainbow Dash. Armbar by Dawn. But Dawn, ID reverses it into an armbar. Yeah, knee in the midsection of Dashy by Dawn. Kick the midsection of Dash by Dawn there too. A mouthful. Trying to be a good commentator and also freaking saying these two's names. And they both have a D in their name. Now Dawn just putting the boots to Rainbow Dash there. Misses the forearm. Rainbow Dash misses the kick. Colin able to have between the two. Freaking 2.5 minutes in this match. Sean's gonna be happy somewhere. And a neck breaker by Dawn there to Rainbow Dash. And now Dawn going to the outside. Oh god, are we really doing this, Dawn? This is really unnecessary, Dawn. Freaking, you're lucky I'm not finding you for this. But if I swear to God, if we do an unnecessary table spot, And dash with a DDT to Dawn through my announce table. Thanks a lot, guys. You're lucky I'm not really in the mood to freaking be throwing out fines to people for this crap, because I'm really getting annoyed with everybody destroying my announce table for no fucking reason. And now, Dawn, sending Rainbow Dash in the ring. Hey, can somebody get the Roadhouse Soldiers out here after this match, because I'm going to need my announce table fixed and a replacement brought out here. That would be appreciated. And RD slips out of whatever Dawn tried to go for there, and a stomp to the arm of Dawn there by RD. And then Rainbow Dash with a headlock on Dawn, flips over, kick to the lower back of Dawn there by Rainbow Dash. And I'm just putting the boots to a springboard, which she nails. And Dawn getting whipped in the corner by Rainbow Dash. What backflip kick there, freaking shout out to Ricochet. Kicked midsection of RD by Dawn there. Backbreaker to Rainbow Dash by Dawn. And now Dawn setting up one of her signature moves here. Another super kick. Whiffs the drop kick there. Good job, Dawn. Well, that's one way to do a neck breaker. You're not part of DX, Dawn. Super kick by Dawn to Rainbow Dash. Dawn going for a cover. 1, 2, and Dawn gets the win with the super kick. Rainbow Dash tried to go first. Comeback there when Dawn pulled out the super kick out of nowhere like she's known to do. And Dawn, unsurprisingly, with a single super kick, wins the match. Because that super kick of Dawn's is freaking devastating. And he ran right into it. Dawn scores a win in this opening contest. And our next match is another women's match where Black Canary, the former internet champion for the women's division, takes on Urza Scarlet. We're having her first match in a minute. We have a triple threat United States #1 contender match for New Gen, where Myotismon takes on Elmo and Wario. That's going to be interesting. And then in our main event, we got a tag team match where unwilling partners Krillin and Punch and L have to take on one half the tag team titles match for the first ever Rumble pay-per-view Supernova with Ghost Rider and Hellboy, aka Team Hellfire and Steel. That's going to be an interesting tag team match, and I wonder if Krillin and Punch and L are going to be able to work together. I highly doubt it. And this next contest is the former Internet Women's Champion Black Canary taking on the former New Gen Women's Champion Urza Scarlet in a 1-on-1 match. And Canary, as far as I know, is hoping, since she's been so pissed off towards the Rena King for taking the Internet Championship away from her a while back, she's hoping that this win, if she gets it somehow over Urza Scarlet, potentially put in line for a shot at the Internet Championship. But that spot is potentially being filled by Applejack, since Applejack's only ever lost like one singles match since she started wrestling here, and that was against Livewire recently, which I still am amazed that Livewire somehow managed to beat Applejack. And then proceeded to lose on freaking Rumble recently. It's like Livewire, you get your one freaking win, like Action Andretti in AEW when he beat Chris Jericho the one time. Freaking then you just go into mid card freaking jobber, freaking purgatory. And I like Action Andretti. I wish they'd push him at least for the TNT title, but freaking anyway. I'm happy for who the newest TNT champion is, though. Even though it sucks that Kyle Fletcher's going to be out for a while, but because I kind of like him, even if he is a dick. But anyway, and here comes Urza Scarlet, the former New Gen Women's Champion. I was hoping to one day get an opportunity at Cammy, and whoever the women's champion is by the time Urza hopefully gets an opportunity again at that title. Because Urza is still livid about how she lost the title to Juliet Sterling in the case of the New Gen title almost a year ago. I think it was like a year ago, because, you know, Juliet being a little shithead that she was. And I'm looking forward to this match, because this is between two girls who I know both have grievances with somebody on the roster because it has to do with another title, and they want an opportunity someday in the future to win that title back. And Urza is especially somebody I could see become the women's champion again. See, I would like to see that happen, if it's personally honest, even though I know I'm supposed to be biased, but Urza is one of the ones I like on this roster. That's a fact. That's a known fact. Never did watch much of Fairy Tail, though. Probably should. Leave it in the comments if I should watch that anime, by the way. And let's get this one-on-one match between these two former champions underway. Urza would go behind the Black Canary. Suplex the Black Canary there, just dumping on her head almost. And Urza with a headlock on Black Canary. Headlock takeover, which I swear to God, if Darby Allin wins the AEW World title tonight, freaking, since I'm recording this on Wednesday, if he manages to win the World title with that move, if they do have the World title match tonight, that would be hilarious. And I would love to see JD from NY get pissed off about Darby win the title because he thinks Darby doesn't deserve it, even though there's a lot of people, including yours truly, that wants to see that happen. Because we've been waiting for Darby to finally become AEW World Champion for years. But either way. And an elbow to the face of Urza there by Black Canary. And Urza with a shot to the back of Black Canary there. Words, English. Neck breaker there after slamming Canary's head, back of her head against her knee by Urza. And now Urza just choking out Black Canary kind of for the middle rope. Urza is livid, and she really wants to get a shot at the women's title against them there in the future, especially after she just nailed that drop kick. Canary with a take down there, and a front foot kick. And a Canary with an armbar on Urza. Arm breaker to Urza there. Headlock by Black Canary and Urza. Russian leg sweep. And Urza into the electric, into the Hurricane Rana of the Black Canary. Now Urza with an armbar on Black Canary. Arm drag by Urza there. Elbow drop to the chest of Black Canary there. And front foot kick again by Urza. Urza with a headlock on Canary again. And Canary slips out of it. Misses the front foot kick there. There's Canary. Whips her on the ropes. Tilt-a-whirl slam there by Canary. And now Canary go behind on Urza. Into the suplex. Just slams her face first into the ring there with authority. And again, CTE is a thing. And now Canary with an armbar on Urza. Tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. Knee drop to Urza's face there by Canary. If this was 2K26 or any of the newer 2K games, again, I'm pretty sure Urza probably would have been busted open since, you know, they actually let women bleed in the newer games, unlike this one. Neckbreaker by Urza. And an elbow drop to the chest again. And a front flip kick for good measure. And now Canary shoving Urza off of her. Arm drag when Canary tried to go for a clothesline there by Urza. And now Canary with a headlock into the go behind on Urza. Urza blocking a drop kick and a neck breaker by Urza there, Canary. Enziguri there by Urza. Now dragging Canary away from the ropes is Urza Scarlet. Going for cover is Urza. 1, 2, and Black Canary kicks out. Drop kick again by Urza to Canary. Go behind by Canary into the armbar. And the boot to the face of Urza there by Canary. Leg drop by Canary there to Urza. Chop to the chest. And a punch there to Urza by Canary. Into the armbar. Into the headlock. And Urza with a drop toe hold to Canary. And now Urza going for the fairy tale driver. And she nails the fairy tale driver to Canary. 2. And Urza gets the win with the fairy tale driver of the former women's internet champion. Urza Scarlet making a comeback with a definitive win there of the Canary. You know, this is actually probably one of the more freaking competitive women's matches I've seen. Hell of a lot better than the ones on Rumble, that's for sure. Mostly because freaking 4th World Play WWE 13 is a freaking not that great of a game. But either way, Urza gets a win over Canary with the fairy tale driver. And Urza's got her own freaking bit of momentum going on. Potentially getting a title shot down the line. Maybe. We'll have to wait and see for that. The next match is a triple threat United States #1 contender match. Where whoever wins will face Rorschach with the United States title at Final Hunt, I believe. Actually, no, they'll face him at SiberSlam, sorry. That's my bad. And those 3 competitors that will be in that match is Vario, Syndrome's tag team partner, Elmo, and Myotis Man. That's a freaking trio, that's for sure. And this is the triple threat #1 contender match for a shot at the U.S. Championship, which is currently held by Rorschach at SiberSlam. And these three competitors are probably three of the most random mother efforts that I've ever seen compete for a title shot. My Otisman, hasn't really done anything besides teaming with Sephiroth on occasion over on Rumble, since Sephiroth hasn't showed up on New Gen in quite some time, so I don't know what the heck is going on with him these days. And Elmo, who hasn't wrestled on New Gen, I believe, except maybe like once, who mainly wrestled on Rumble as well. And Warrior, who I'm pretty sure was a former U.S. champion in his own right at one point. I know he helped Syndrome win the title at one time. And then Syndrome lost it to Dion Richards that one time, a while back. So all three of these men are looking to get an opportunity for a title. Especially in the case of my oldest man, because he's never held a title before, if I remember correctly. He was always just known as a meme, and the only thing he ever really did in the Mag Nation was when he eliminated Ash from the Royal Rumble that one time in record time. And also that hilariously freaking epic failure of a tag team title. A match with Kratos and Leonidas when my oldest man was teaming up with Darth Maul. We all know how that turned out, with everybody yelling at Darth Maul and being pissed off at him. Because, Darth Maul is not that great of a tag team partner. At least he wasn't back then. I don't know how he would do as a tag team partner these days. I haven't seen Darth Maul in a while. Hope he's doing alright. I know it's like a new series that's out right now. Leave it in the comments what you people think of the new Darth Maul series if you've seen it, because I haven't. I hope it's good. Darth Maul is probably one of the coolest Star Wars characters there ever was. And hopefully someday he'll be able to get another shot at being world champion again, because the whole bullshit that happened when he held the title for all of 10 minutes. Then Xander came out and fucked that up. And here comes Elmo, over in TAW is a tag opponent with Cookie Monster, but in this case he's doing his own thing. And shout out to TAW Gaming and Josh again, by the way. I cannot wait for Riot Central 3. That show is going to be freaking epic. And I'm really looking forward to seeing that show. Hopefully I won't be working when that show comes out. It would be nice if I could see it live. That would be dope. And Elmo is hoping to get an opportunity to win his first singles championship in this company, since he's a former internet champion in TAW, and I believe he's a former hardcore champion. And I know he's been, like I said, he's a former tag team champion with Cookie Monster as well. Elmo has been one of those solid mid-card guys in TAW from what I've seen. And here comes Wario, who's a former tag team champion as well, and a former hardcore champion in TAW, and a former CIW World Heavyweight Champion. Shout out to Sean McCarty and CIW again, by the way. And now Wario is hoping to win himself an opportunity for a title in this company, which may or may not be the second time he's held it. I have to check my records. But this match is going to definitely be interesting to see. These three guys competing against each other for a title shot. Only a New Gen, people. And I'm looking forward to seeing this match. And I'm also looking forward to see if Krillin and Punchinello can work together to tag team against Hellfire and Steel, aka Ghost Rider and Hellboy. We're taking on M. Bison and Taskmaster on LWW Rumble's Supernova pay-per-view, which is probably going to be one of the next things I'm working on after I record this episode of New Gen and another one I'm working on. It would be crazy if Team Hellfire and Steel ever became tag team champions at two different shows. That'd be nuts. Like what the Roadhouse Soldiers have been doing since, they're still currently tag team champions of both New Gen and the main roster. Just crazy. And let's get this triple threat match underway. And since this is a triple threat, there's no disqualifications if these three decide to start pulling out weapons. And I'm sure at least one of these three probably, well, one or two of them. And right now, Wario and Elmo just ganging up on the Digimon. And Wario's just punching the shit out of my Otismon in the midsection. And now Wario with a headlock on my Otismon sends him. Nope, my Otismon reversed into a chin breaker. And now Elmo with an getting to the arm drag on my Otismon. And now my Otismon with a belly to back suplex to Elmo. Now Wario with a headlock on my Otismon. And Elmo and Wario just double teaming my Otismon again there. Russian leg sweep, and whatever the hell that was Elmo was doing, and a leg drop by Elmo, my Otisman. These two are just ganging up on my Otisman for some reason. Bulldog by Elmo, who is now finally going after Wario. And now my Otisman is teaming up with Elmo and Wario, who just nails both of the DDTs. He's like, nah, motherfuckers. And now Elmo blocked the kick there into the belly to back suplex of Wario. Now my Otisman and Elmo teaming up with Wario there with a choke slam of Wario by both of them. And another chokes him into a double choke backbreaker Wario there. Now my Otisman sending Elmo in the corner. Punched to face Elmo there by my Otisman. And now Wario with a headlock and my Otisman slips out of whatever he tried to go for there. Now my Otisman with a headlock into its suplex to Wario. Now my Otisman with a headlock on Wario again, reverses it into a drop toe hold. Elbow drop to the back of my Otisman there by Wario. And now Wario tried to give something there, and my Otisman sends him into a clothesline. My Otisman there. And now just repeated elbows to the shoulders of my Otisman there by Wario. Elmo was just taunting. And my Otisman shoving Elmo off of him. And now Wario tried to go for something there, but my Otisman broke it up. And a drop kick there by Elmo. DDT by my Otisman and Elmo there. And Elmo just tossing my Otisman off of him. And Wario with a headlock on Elmo. Elbow to the face there. And Elmo blocking the punch into a headlock of his own. And now my Otisman teaming up on Wario with Elmo again. A Russian leg sweep by both of them. And a leg drop by my Otisman and Wario there. And I just repeated elbows by my Otisman and Wario. Elmo, you do know you can go outside of the ring and get a weapon, right? Also, I appreciate the Roadhouse Soldiers for putting my announce table back together in between matches. I really do appreciate that. ATG into it. Tommy Todd slipped out here through the crowd and then slipped back to the crowd as well after they put my announce table back together in between entrances. They're very quick and they're very efficient. Surprisingly, the tools don't make any noises, surprisingly. And Elmo and Wario just getting nailed with a DDT by my Otisman there when they tried to go for a suplex. Elbow drop to the back of Wario by my Otisman there. Elmo just getting a shot in to my Otisman. Elmo's whipping Wario into the ropes. Body slam there in a power slam. Rake to the eyes of Elmo there by Wario. Leg picking hook Enziguri there. Or not Enziguri, freaking Hurricanrana, whatever the hell that was. And a low blow message sent to Elmo there by Wario. And now Miles more repeated elbows to the shoulders of Elmo. After getting low blowed by Wario. Which is nothing new with Wario, because that's just how he does. And now Wario just slamming Elmo's head against the ring repeatedly. Miles just getting a shot in there, and Wario nailing Elmo with an elbow drop. Headlock by my Otisman, and a double gut buster to Elmo there by both of them. Elmo tried to go for something, but Wario reversed it into an arm drag. And my Otisman just flying across the ring with a missing the clothes on. DDT by Wario to Elmo. And Elmo and my Otisman double teaming Wario again. Russian leg sweep and STO by both of them. And a leg drop by Elmo to Wario. And Wario shoving my Otisman off. And Elmo and my Otisman just double teaming Wario again. Gutbuster again to Wario. Fortunately for Wario, Waluigi isn't on this roster. Mostly because fourth wall break, I don't know how to make him. And I was lucky I was actually able to make a decent Wario. And another STO Russian leg sweep by Elmo and my Otisman and Wario. And a leg drop again by Elmo. And Wario is pissed, and he's just throwing haymakers. Flips my Otisman over there. Arm drag again by Wario. And now Elmo off the ropes. Oh god, why is Elmo doing this dancing freaking leg drop like R-Truth? We haven't seen R-Truth in a while. Hope he's still okay. I know he's bald now. Elmo going for cover, not even a 1 count. My Elmo's blocking the punch there. Kick section to Elmo, at least he tried to. And now Wario and Elmo double teaming my Elmo. Now Elmo finally going to the outside. Elmo, what are you doing? I guess he got confused. And Wario with a suplex to my Elmo there. And a leg drop by Elmo to my Elmo that time. Elmo, what are you doing? Punch the face of my Elmo there. And Wario just slamming my Elmo's head against the ring some more. Elmo just trying to hype up the crowd here. Just keeps taunting while Wario is beating up my Elmo. And now Wario and Elmo are double teaming my Elmo again. Just nails them both with a DDT. And now my Elmo sending Wario to the outside. And Elmo with a Russian leg sweep to my Elmo there. And now Elmo going to cover my Elmo 1, and my Elmo kicks out at 1. And my Elmo setting up for the Crimson Lightning. And that has Wario up. And nails the Crimson Lightning to Wario. Elmo trying to steal the pin. 1. And gets broken up. And Wario kicks out. Misses the jumping clothesline again as Miles on there. And Elmo with a bulldog. Wario there. Knee to the back of the head of Wario by Elmo. And Wario blocking a punch from Elmo there. Neck breaker. Now there's more elbows to the shoulders of Elmo there by Wario. And Miles breaking up there, Wario trying to go in. Just nails a couple punches to Wario. And now my Elmo and Elmo are just double teaming Wario again. Nails a Russian leg sweep. And the leg drop. And now my Elmo repeated elbows to Wario. Another low blow message sent to Elmo there by Wario. And now Wario and Elmo, Miles double teaming Elmo this time and nails a Russian leg sweep to him again. And Elmo shoving my Elmo off. Back body drop to Elmo there. And now repeated elbows again by my Elmo, this time to Elmo. And now Wario picking up Elmo. Arm drag to Elmo there. Elmo nailing both of them with a bicycle kick. And breaking up whatever we're doing there. An STO Russian leg sweep by both Wario and Elmo there. And another leg drop to my Elmo. And now my Elmo's pissed. Kick the midsection of Elmo there. And my Elmo whipping Elmo in the corner. And I turns him out in the corner. Clothesline nailing him in the corner there. Picks him up. Snake eyes to Elmo there by my Elmo. Big boot to Elmo there by my Elmo as well. And the leg drop. And Wario breaking up whatever Miles was trying to go for there. And Miles tripping up at Wario. Kicked the leg of Wario there by Miles as well. Elmo nailing that leg, elbow drop, kinda. What the frig was that? Elmo and Miles both try to go for something there. Small package by my Elmo on Elmo. 2! And Elmo kicks out. Almost won the my Elmo. DDT by Wario. And that is a freaking truck going by my apartment right now. Wario tried to go for submission, but Elmo broke it up. Clothesline into a shoulder tackle there by Wario to Elmo. My Elmo dragging Elmo away from the ropes. And my Elmo setting up for another Crimson Lightning. And now my Elmo and Wario double teaming Elmo again with a choke slam to Elmo. Now Wario tried to go for submission, but Elmo just punches him off. And now my Elmo has Elmo up for a tombstone pile driver this time. And he nails it. Wario just standing there watching. Not even one count because it was a rope break because Elmo's foot was by the ropes that time. Armbar by my Elmo. Kicked the midsection of Elmo by Wario. And another double gut buster to Elmo. Elbow drop to the back of Elmo by Wario there. And another elbow drop by Wario that time. Breaking up whatever Myotismon was trying to go for them when he's just dragging it from the ropes. And Myotismon going for a submission on Elmo, but Wario broke it up. And Myotismon inadvertently punched both of them that time. Kicked the midsection of Elmo. And now these guys are just throwing punches and kicks at each other. Kicked the midsection of Myotismon there. And now Elmo and Wario double teaming Myotismon again. Suplex at Myotismon by both of them. Rake to the eyes of Elmo. Whiffs the kick to his Myotismon. Elmo will go behind on Wario. Suplex to Wario there by Elmo. Now Elmo going for an armbar submission or whatever the heck this is on Wario. And the leg drop again. Now Elmo picking up Wario again. And DDT by Wario to Elmo. And now Wario again stealing Elmo's taunt. And now Myotismon trying to go for a full Nelson submission on Wario. Elmo's dazed. Is Myotismon really going to get a title opportunity with submission? And Elmo saves the match there. Breaking up that submission. Myotismon with a headlock on Wario. And Myotismon now double teaming Wario. Suplex to Wario by both. Elmo trying to go for a cover. And Myotismon just picks it up with a leg drop. Now, Elmo with an armbar on Wario. Sorry. Knee the midsection to Elmo by Wario. Small package by Elmo and Wario. One. And gets broken up. Myotismon and Wario now double teaming Elmo. Just punching him in the midsection and repeatedly is Myotismon. And Wario going for an armbar submission on Elmo. And Myotismon breaks it up. A leg drop again. And Elmo getting nailed with another back suplex by Wario there. Wario tried to go for a cover, but Elmo either kicked out or Myotismon broke up the pin attempt. Kicked the midsection of Wario by Elmo. And now Elmo with the suplex into the face buster. Going for a cover is Elmo. And Myotismon broke it up again. Wario with a headlock on Elmo. And another backbreaker by both of them there. And another leg drop by Myotismon. One of these things needs to get a freaking pinfall at some point, because this match has been going on for 14 minutes now. And Myotismon almost got in there because Wario was just taking sweet ass time. And Wario with a DDT to Myotismon. And Myotismon shoving Wario off of there when he tried to go for, I would assume, a camel clutch. Backbreaker to Wario by both Myotismon and Elmo there. And now Myotismon setting up for another Crimson Lightning or Tombstone Pile Driver. Elbow drop by Wario there, but he missed. And now Myotismon has Wario up for another Tombstone. And he nails it. And now Myotismon going for a cover. I think he's too close to the ropes though. One! And now Elmo breaks it up. Armbar on Wario by Myotismon. Now they're double teaming him with the STO backbreaker thing. I mean Russian leg sweep, sorry. I don't know why I said backbreaker. Roderick Strong isn't in this match. And roll up by Elmo on Wario again, but got broken up again. Now Elmo going for another suplex into the cutter there on Wario. Suplex by Myotismon on Elbow. And slams on against the ring for good measure, even though it's the most useless move in wrestling. Going for a cover is Myotismon. One. Sorry. And a Myotismon a headlock on Elmo again there. Elmo reverses. Myotismon trying to go into a Russian leg sweep. Elmo is not time to be taunting. Wario going for a full Nelson and Elmo. And Myotismon is dazed. And Elmo taps out. Wario, I keep wanting to say Mario for some reason. But Wario is the #1 contender for the United States title, currently held by Rorschach. Holy crap. Took forever, but he finally got a winner in this match. This insane triple threat match. It went on for like forever, I swear. But Warrior is the new #1 contender for the United States title that Rorschach has, and will face Rorschach at SummerSlam for that title. You know Rorschach probably was watching this, and now he knows who he's going to be facing. Just crazy. And then our main event, which is our next match, like I said, is Punchinello and Krillin having to unfortunately work together against one and a half of the tag team title match at LWW Rumble Supernova, which is Team Hellfire and Steel, which is Ghost Rider and Hellboy. Hopefully the two, Punchinello and Krillin, can at least work together and not fight each other in the match. And this is the main event of this episode of New Gen, where Punchinello and Krillin have to unfortunately team up together, even though they're only doing this begrudgingly, and because it's part of their freaking job. When they're booked, they have to wrestle. And they're taking on Team Hellfire and Steel, which is Ghost Rider and Hellboy, who are challenging M. Bison and Taskmaster over on Rumble for the LWW Rumble Tag Team titles at Supernova, which is one of the next things I'll be working on after this. And sorry it's been taking so long to record these videos, freaking just been dealing with a lot. But Krillin is the first one to make his way out here. Like I said, he wanted to be as far away from Punchinello as possible, and he just wanted to get this match over with. Because, like I said, him and Punchinello are begrudgingly teaming up because these two have been beefing with each other ever since Krillin showed up. And they've been brawling and they've been throwing shades at each other. And now these two are both going to be competing against Marilyn Manson in a triple threat match for the New Gen Championship at SummerSlam. Which really pissed off Punchinello, because he'd been wanting a one-on-one match with Manson for the title for a while. And here comes Punchinello, one of the more out there characters on this roster, and somebody who does not like Marilyn Manson, our current New Gen champion, and especially does not like Krillin. Krillin just showed up here after he got released from TAW, and Punchinello has taken offense to that ever since Krillin showed up. And Punchinello really wants to become next New Gen champion, but he'll have to get through Manson and Krillin in that match, and all I know is that triple threat match is going to be nuts. At least from what I've been told, that these three might be having a triple threat match at the pay-per-view. We're waiting on, because I know Manson was called in the GM's office, or Kenny Powers' office, I should say, and the two of them have been talking pretty much all night, I should say. So, I would hope that these three have a triple threat match for the world title, but we'll have to wait and see on that. Because these three, at least these two especially, have been wanting an opportunity at the New Gen Championship, especially Krillin. And Manson said he would take on both of these guys. We just have to wait and see and wait for an announcement on that. But we have to get through this tag team match first. And here comes Hellfire and Steel, the tag team of Ghost Rider and Hellboy, who are one of the toughest tag teams on this roster, and in Rumble, and in AOT too when they were a thing. Before they ended up having to split because the roster split over there. And Ghost Rider now is a singles wrestler on AOT to Red, while Hellboy got with Spawn. Still going against a tag team. And this, like I said, it's going to be interesting to see between these two teams. I know Hellfire and Steel will work together perfectly fine. It's Krillin and Punchinello, and I'm wondering if they'll be able to work together. I have my doubts. Like I said, that's why we have to wait and see. Hopefully the two of them won't fight while they're in the middle of the match. After the match, that's up to them if they decide they end up wanting to brawl. But like I said, hopefully they won't fight while they're having the match, because that would really be stupid. And Ghost Rider and Hellboy, like I said, are hoping to become the first Rumble Tag Team Champions, and eventually become Tag Team Champions in New Gen. If they manage to hold those titles, both those pairs of titles at the same time, they would be only the second tag team that would be able to hold tag team titles on two separate brands. Roadhouse Soldiers were the first, obviously. They're still currently the New Gen Tag Team Champions right now, and the main roster Tag Team Champions. Which is crazy. It tells you how dominant they are, especially since they've only ever lost once. Which was to the Rednecks, who they ended up virtually beating for the tag titles of the main roster. And this main event is going to be insane. That I know for a fact. And let's get this main event tag team match underway between these two. And Krillin immediately starting off with kicks. And the Hurricane Rana of the Ghost Rider. And now Krillin with a reverse DDT. And now punching out, grabbing on the Ghost Rider, and Krillin just nailing him with a headbutt. Front flip kick there by Krillin. Surprisingly good tag team right there between Krillin and punching out. And Krillin with a snap suplex. Arm drag by Krillin. This isn't the first time Krillin's been in a tag team match. He has tag team experience from TAW. Backflip kick there by Krillin. And another Hurricane Rana there. And now Ghost Rider whipping Krillin in the corner. And now picks him up and just hucks his ass across the ring. Another headlock by Ghost Rider and Krillin, and a knee to the midsection of Krillin there. Now go behind my Ghost Rider and Krillin into the suplex. And now Krillin blocking the punch there from Ghost Rider into the go behind. And now Ghost Rider belly to back suplex. Punching out, trying to get involved there. Now Ghost Rider just a flurry of shots there, and Krillin blocks that one. And Ghost Rider with a go behind into the armbar. Krillin reverses it, an armbar into a shoulder tackle. And Ghost Rider off the ropes, go behind by Krillin again. Blocking the drop kick attempt there, Ghost Rider nails him with a DDT while the ref is just running laps around the ring. Ghost Rider with a leg drop to Krillin as well. And Ghost Rider tags in Hellboy. And Hellboy just punches Krillin. And now, just a body slam to Krillin. Hellboy towers over Krillin. And definitely has a strength advantage over the smaller wrestler. Indoor fighter. Whatever you want to call him. And Hellboy with a kick to the back of Krillin's leg. And a shot to the back of Krillin's head as well. Stomp to the arm of Krillin. And Ghost Rider is hyped in the corner. And Krillin just punches the bigger person off. And Krillin goes over and tags in Punchinello. And now Punchinello with just a punch to Hellboy into the armbar. Sends him into a Samoan drop. Now Hellboy with an armbar on Punchinello. And Hellboy whipping Punchinello into the corner. Misses the clothesline attempt as Hellboy. STO there by Punchinello. And the Punchinello sending Hellboy in the ropes. Hellboy with a shot to the back of Punchinello there. Colin elbow tap between the two. Sean McCarty's going to be happy somewhere. And another one. Into a headlock by Hellboy there and Punchinello. Into the backbreaker. And now Punchinello with a headlock on Hellboy again. And it's a pair of knees to the midsection of Hellboy. Into the headlock again. And Hellboy with a suplex reversal. And Krillin getting a hit there on Hellboy, which allowed Punchinello to be able to nail him with an STO again. Running splash by Punchinello. And now Krillin's in the ring, and he runs over and he takes out Ghost Rider, I think. And now Punchinello with the cover on Hellboy. One, not even a one count. And the Punchinello and armbar on Hellboy. And the Punchinello just a flurry of punches, and a running cross-body splash. Hellboy there. Armbar cover. One. Only a one count there. Hellboy kicked out again. Sends him to the outside, this Punchinello. And just tosses him back in the ring. Now Punchinello picking up Hellboy. And now Hellboy getting sent back to the outside. And Hellboy freaking just punching Punchinello in the face there when he tried to go for something. And Hellboy with a backbreaker again to Punchinello. Going for a cover. One. Only a one count. And now Hellboy tags Ghost Rider back in. And now Punchinello just going to the outside. And now he's back in the ring. Ghost Rider with headlock. Into another suplex. Now Ghost Rider go for another pin on Punchinello after dragging him away from the ropes, and not even a one count. Punchinello's tough, I'll give him that. And Ghost Rider just kicks him off. DDT by Ghost Rider to Punchinello. Hellboy's hyped in the corner from that DDT. And the leg drop again by Ghost Rider. Punching out blocks that punch from Ghost Rider. And punching out, nailing him with the sister Abigail. Rest in peace, Bray Wyatt. Go for cover. 1, 2, and Ghost Rider kicks out. Now punching out, go behind the Ghost Rider into the shot attack. And there's Hellboy just apparently got whipped in the ring by Krillin. Punchinello with a snake eyes the Ghost Rider into the electric chair, into the electric chair drop there by Punchinello. And now Punchinello has Ghost Rider up, slams him down. Now going for submission on Ghost Rider right in front of Krillin. I don't know if he's trying to taunt him or what. Oh god. And Punchinello with the front flip senton off the springboard. Go for cover. 1, and Hellboy breaks up with a leg drop. And Punchinello missing the leg sweep. And Ghost Rider swinging wildly with that punch. Ghost Rider flips him over. And now Ghost Rider going for the last ride. The last ride! And punching out of there by Ghost Rider. And now Ghost Rider going for cover and Punchinello off the last ride. 1. Only a 1 count, surprisingly. And now Ghost Rider sending Punchinello in the corner. Sets him in the Tree of Woe in the corner. And now just grinding his foot against Punchinello's throat, if he even has one. He slams his arm against the ring. Most useless move in wrestling. And now Punchinello's livid about that. Headlock by Ghost Rider. And Punchinello with a Russian leg sweep. And Punchinello going up for the elbow drop, which turns into a leaping clothesline off the top turnbuckle as Ghost Rider was just popped right back up, trying to go for his comeback. Punchinello, you gonna do something? There, my guy. And Henry Krillin is like, are you gonna do something or what? And Punchinello just with a punch to Ghost Rider there. And now Punchinello tried to go for something, but Ghost Rider reversed it into almost a scorpion death drop. Sorry, I almost said death lock. I'm thinking that's a sharpshooter. Now Ghost Rider trying to go for old school. Shout out to the Undertaker there. And now he's up on the top turnbuckle, walking the ropes, nails the old school there to Punchinello. And now Ghost Rider dragging Punchinello away from the ropes. Rolls him over, go for cover. 1, and Krillin breaks it up. Jumping clothesline, which kind of missed. And Punchinello headlock on Hellboy into the armbar, and Ghost Rider on his partner, and Punchinello with an STO to Ghost Rider. Right, so splash there to Ghost Rider. 1, 2, and punch it, and Ghost Rider kicked out at 2. Go behind by Punchinello and Ghost Rider into the full Nelson, and Hellboy managed to help out his partner and also cause a rope break. And now Hellboy and Krillin are going at it. Jumping clothesline by Ghost Rider to Punchinello. This is broken down. Roll up by Ghost Rider and Punchinello. 1, only 1 count. Punchinello just throwing haymakers. Now just repeated punches to Ghost Rider there. And Ghost Rider another roll up on Punchinello. 1, only another 1 count. Armbar by Ghost Rider and Punchinello. Flips him over, going for a submission. And Krillin breaks it up, because even though he doesn't like Punchinello, he does not want to lose this match. Now Ghost Rider with another Russian leg sweep. Go for cover is Ghost Rider. 1, only 1 count. Another roll up by Ghost Rider because he keeps catching Punchinello when he tries to run at him. Only another 1 count. And now tags in Hellboy. Now Hellboy with an armbar on Punchinello. Flips him over, going for a submission. And Krillin manages to break up the submission attempt. And now it's just chaos. Everybody's fighting in the ring. Hellboy's sitting in the corner thanks to Krillin. And Ghost Rider's going at it with Punchinello. Headlock takeover by punching Elliot at a Ghost Rider. Springboard moonsault, which he missed. And now Hellboy go for cover and punching Elliot off the missed springboard moonsault. 2! And Krillin breaks it up just in time. And now Hellboy with a pair of punches, and more punches by Hellboy there. And now full Nelson again by Hellboy and Punchinello. And Krillin manages to break it up. And Ghost Rider whipping Krillin to the outside. And Punchinello with a suplex to Hellboy. And Punchinello springboard moonsault, which he missed. Good job. But Hellboy's dazed because he just barely got him there. Going for another cover. And Krillin breaks it up because he was right there in the ring. Hellboy just a straight punch to the face there of Punchinello. 1, 2, and Punchinello manages to kick out somehow. That Krillin is going to break up the pin in time, barely. STO there by Punchinello. Springboard moonsault there by Punchinello to Hellboy. Calls it the ass bomb, I remember. 1, 2, and Hellboy somehow kicks out. Another STO there by Punchinello. Punchinello going for cover again. 1, 2, and Hellboy kicks out. And Hellboy just a punch to Punchinello there. And now Hellboy trying to go for another submission to Punchinello. And Krillin was trying to break it up, but he was unable to break up the submission attempt, and Punchinello tapped out, and Hellfire and Steel won the match. Hellboy gets the win for his team with a submission. That's a statement sent to M. Bison and Taskmaster, that's for sure. By Hellfire and Steel. They managed to beat 2 of the people that may or may not be competing for a world title, whether it be in a triple threat match or separately. That is a huge statement for these 2 guys. And Punchinello is lying in the middle of the ring, thinking, I don't know if he's hurt or not. I know for a fact that Krillin is definitely pissed. We hear off screen just flipping out because they lost, and he's freaking cussing out freaking Punchinello. And I can only imagine how Manson's gonna be feeling about this. But if you guys like this video, leave a like, comment, all stuff. I'll see you in the next one. Peace! Oh jeez, now these 2 are fighting, now these 2 are brawling, now this whole thing is broken down. This is just freaking great.